What's good, everyone? Noah here, and I'm back with week 5 of the OGDL. This week I'll be going up against Grassguard, and he's actually brand new to the division I'm in. He's filling in for somebody that dropped, so best of luck to him in this game. This matchup, it's looking pretty fun for me. This guy, he was able to make a bunch of trades before a game, and he's got a pretty fun-looking team. I really like what he was able to scrap together with what was available. So with that being said, let's go ahead and see what the plan is for this week. So what I think he's going to do is he's going to bring priority stuff, because my team, like, just based on speed alone, pretty much beats his. So stuff like Lycanroc, I think Lycanroc is 100% coming. I feel like that just looks really good into my team. Maybe the low kicks. I don't think that has a great matchup, but there has been some hype around it since, like, Mephisto did really well with Terra low kicks in his. And, yeah, just priority stuff. I think that might be what he decides to go with. So that being said, first thing I've got is Greninja, once again. He hasn't been doing too much, like, throughout my run. I mean, he's been getting up some spikes, and the spikes have been nice, but I don't think Greninja has a single kill. Last week it could have, but decided to miss its gunk shot. So maybe we're going to change that this week. I've got a pretty fire Endure weakness policy set. This is specifically for the low kicks. So what I think I can do with the Greninja is bring it into revenge kill something. If I can kill something and then get my battle bond boost, he's probably, if he brings it, going to bring the low kicks in to revenge the Greninja. When I click Endure, live the first impression, get the weakness policy boost, and then he's gonna have to try sucker punching. But if I click water shuriken, it'll go first and sucker punch won't work. Yeah, I just think the Greninja looks really cool here, and hopefully it can actually do something this week. I've got the Salamence again, and this thing is really fun. I've done a lot of different stuff with it, and I really like being able to utilize it in a lot of different creative ways. This time I wanted to try Rest Talk, just because I think he's gonna have really good status options like Spore, Toxic on Amoonguss, Toxic on potentially the Grafaiai, the Rotom Wash that could run like Thunder Wave, Will-O-Wisp, stuff like that. If he brings Heatran, Will-O-Wisp. So I think Rest Talk is just really nice on the Salamence. Just keep it healthy, make sure it can't get statused. And then with Sleep Talk, I can get no negative priority Dragon Tails and just kind of keep him not let him like set up a lot, because the Espatra, that thing's kind of scary. We got Revavroom, and this I think is what looks best into his team. Just looking at the matchup, he doesn't really have a lot of resists to my stabs. The only one that I see that's like really important is the Heatran, and that's going to be 4 times weak to Bulldoze. I've got a Shift Gear set, and I decided on bringing Lumberry, because I'm thinking what he might do is once Revavroom comes out, his switch might be to Rotom Wash, and on Rotom Wash, I think it's going to click like a status move, so I can just Lumberry, get another Shift Gear boost, and then after that, with Rocks, I'm pretty sure Gunk Shot would one-hit kill. If I don't happen to have Rocks up, I can just click 2 attacks. Dunsparce, he's been really proving himself lately, not gonna lie. And I decided that he has to come again. This thing is purely for the Espatra. I've got like almost max attack. This is just in case Espatra decides to run like a substitute set or something like that. I can take out the substitute with 1 body slam. I've got Yawn to give it the sleep turn. Baton Pass is really nice for if he wants to switch out. And if he wants to switch out to stop the sleep turn, I can get momentum. Or if he wants to stay in, I can just take another hit with Dunsparce potentially, Baton Pass out, and then come in on a sleeping Espatra. Burst, stay healthy, and hopefully Dunsparce can live up to what he's been able to do and take out the very scary Terra Espatra, or at least disable it. I've got Lycanroc, and this thing, it's mainly here as like a suicide stealth rock lead. I do think I might need to save it if some stuff comes, like the Haxorus, for example. If he's like a Dragon Dance Haxorus, I don't really have much on my team that can take that. So if that comes, I might need to use Lycanroc a little bit differently. But overall, I just want to get the Stealth Rocks up, potentially bring something down with me with Endeavor, and yeah. Last but not least is Tusk, and this thing could just snowball out of control. It could do a reverse sweep. I've got the booster energy on attack, and I have the rapid spin, so that without like any choice scarfs or speed boosts on his team, after one with my speed, I can outspeed everything. And then from there, just close combat, Stone Edge. I think those are pretty sufficient stabs to hit most of his stuff. I can do some boosting stuff with Bulk Up. And yeah, I think this is a pretty solid squad for this week. The opponent brings what I'm expecting him to. I feel like this should go pretty smoothly. That being said, you never know what's gonna happen. He could bring some heat, who knows, but I'm looking forward to it. So go ahead and hop into the game. Alrighty, so here we are about to battle. Challenge just came in, and yeah, let's see how this goes. Alrighty, I think this is again the exact same team that I did prep against. Oh my god, this is great. Alrighty, so I think I should be safe to lead with Lycanroc and get the Stealth Rocks up. Let's see, his best lead, I think he might lead Tran to get his own rocks up. That would be, I guess, less than ideal, but I think I like just going Lycanroc here. Rotom Wash. Alright, this is fine. So he might go for a status move. So I don't think I need to preserve my Sash or anything like that. But let's see. I might go Salamence. Let's see, his Terra type is fighting on a Espathra. My Salamence is, it's Ghost. That's really cool. Okay. That is gonna be a little hard for Dunsparce, but we'll be okay. So I think what I want to do is... I don't know at this point, to be honest. I really like getting rocks up first, but if this thing goes for a status move, I really like my Rest Talk Salamence. I'm just gonna get the rocks up. I like the rocks. Yeah, he Willows, which is pretty close to what I was expecting to happen. So I don't think I'll live like a Hydro Pump. He might go for a Volt Switch or something here though. I'm just gonna sack this off. I don't need it anymore. Oh, yeah, there's a Hydro Pump. Okay, so this is fine. I think here I want to go Salamence. And let's see. I don't think I want to Terra Ghost immediately yet. I'll try and just force this thing out. Alright, I pulled his Lycanroc, which is pretty cool. I'm gonna go for an Iron Head here. Crunch! Oh man, I was not expecting that. Pretty cool though. So I think here I go Tusk. He might... Okay, he's just crunching again. I think that might be band damage. So I'm totally fine with that. I'm gonna go for a Bulk Up here, expecting the Rotom Switch. Yep. And I think I just claim a kill here. Nice. So I think the obvious switch for him here is Torn. No, Espathra. Okay. I am totally fine with that. Let's see. So if he goes for... He might go for like a Lumina Crash or something, to be honest. I really need to play carefully with this thing. I do think I need to save the Tusk. It's just really good into his Heatran, a lot of his stuff. Maybe Dunsparce here right away is it's a good idea. He just went for Protect. Alright, that's fine. So I think I Yawn here. He's gonna Terra Fighting, Terra Blast. That does a little over half. Life Orb, alright. So this thing might be like a, what's it called? A Lumina Crash set, which would be pretty cool. I'm gonna go for the Baton Pass here. Yeah, Lumina Crash. And I lived that. Nice job, Dunsparce. Okay, so I'm pretty sure I could just win here. If he only gets one turn of sleep, and I think I'm gonna go for that. Let's go Revavroom. Oh, wait a minute. I passed the, Ooh, that might be bad. Alright. I'm just gonna go for the one turn of sleep. Okay, he's just gonna switch here. And let's go ahead and calc this shift gear. Let's see. I'm gonna go to my handy dandy calculator. He's like a... Alright, I think I'm good to just click Iron Head here. He's Choice Scarf. Alright. Cool. So I go into my Gren here, I think. He needs to switch. Let's see. What's he going to switch to, though? Something to take the water attack, maybe? Maybe just a sack? Let's see. I think just clicking Water Shuriken is my best play here. Alright, Heatran, it's fine. This is doing nothing. Alright, 3 hits. Alright. Realistically, I don't know what this thing can do to me. I don't think it's doing much. Yeah, I think I just Shuriken again. 2. Alright, that's a 2-hit. Magma Storm is gonna hit me. I need to get another 3. Let's see. 1. Oh no, I miscalculated that. Can I get 4? I can get 4. Nice. Alright. Okay, Low Kicks comes out, and here we have to click Endure. This is the first impression. Let's get our weakness policy boost. Nice. And I think I win here. Yep, we Water Shuriken on this. That's fine. He has to bring Low Kicks back out. Either that or the Tornadus. Yeah, he brings the Torn out. But since this thing is Choice Scarf, I outspeed it by 1, and he can't tank this Ice Beam. Yep. Here comes the Lycanroc. I outspeed this, so I can just Shuriken. And here comes the Low Kicks. So we just Endure on the first impression. And we Water Shuriken. Nice! Greninja did something, finally! Yes, there we go. Alrighty, that was awesome.
Hello, hello.
Hey, what's up, Grassguard?
Not too much. How are you, Noah?
I am doing fine. Pretty happy after a win.
Yeah, no kidding. You definitely had my number there.
I'm honestly, you had some stuff I wasn't expecting, like the Choice Scarf not Thundurus, the Tornadus Therian.
Yeah, it was for Electrode. I was way too worried about it.
Yeah, that was definitely a good bring though, because my team pretty much just on its own outsped yours. So any kind of speed control or anything like that, yours wasn't looking too great. Like this match.
Yeah, exactly. I kind of figured I needed Tornadus to at least pull its own weight.
Yeah, no, definitely. But no, I was honestly going into this, I was thinking, I mean, you kind of did do this. I was thinking you would go with the priority route and just bring like a bunch of priority stuff like Low Kicks,
Yeah.
like in Rock Dusk. So that was actually the main reason I brought that Gren set. It was to out priority the priority. And
yeah, I kind of figured, and honestly, I don't know why, but I just didn't think of Water Shuriken because my team was so specially defensive.
Right, yeah. I noticed now you have the Spadef Heatran, and I was on.
Yeah, exactly.
I was getting kind of worried about that thing. Like, I saw that Water Shuriken like wasn't doing too much, and I was like, oh, this thing might actually beat the Gren 1v1. But I think looking at your moves, I think even if I'd gotten only 2 or 3 hits on that last Water Shuriken, I don't...
Oh yeah, no, you would have gotten me, no problem. Honestly, I only switched it in because I was expecting the Ice Beam.
Yeah.
And the Water Shuriken just took me by surprise against the
Right,
Tornadus.
yeah. Well, I mean, knowing, like, the Tornadus, I could tell it was Scarf just because it outsped Revavroom. So I knew
for sure.
The Heat Switch, and you pretty much had to switch there. So I think Water Shuriken was just, like, what hit the rest of your team best.
Yeah, that's right, because Rotom was down at that point, right?
Right, yeah, I think Tusk took it out.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, no, I don't know. For my first draft league battle ever, that was not bad, but
That was your first
definitely
draft league
have
battle
seen.
ever?
It was, yeah.
Nice, because this is actually my first draft league ever.
Oh, cool. That's sweet.
So that, yeah, no, honestly, I felt kind of bad going into this one just because you were filling in for somebody else who was already
Yeah.
0 and 3. So A,
Yep.
you didn't get to draft any of your team. B, you were already 3 losses in. You're supposed to play another game today, and has your opponent reached out to you at all yet, or
He has not replied at all to
oh
anything,
man,
so not sure what's going on.
yeah, that he hasn't. I think for his game he's supposed to play this week, he hasn't responded to
Yeah, he was
the guy yet either.
not replying at all. So he said something on Tuesday, but that was the last I heard from him.
Gotcha, yeah. But no, honestly, I do like with what you had when you came into this. I really like the trades you made. Um,
hmm
Spathra, I feel like was a pretty good pick for your team because
Yeah,
you've got the double regenerator core. Like
exactly.
you've got Tornadus Syrian. Yeah, you've got Tornadus Syrian and you've got the Amoonguss. So with that
hmm
regenerator stuff, it's gonna make opponents want to bring options for trapping, I feel like. Just you can't switch
Yeah,
out and get regenerator stuff. But then you've also got the Espathra, which is like famous for just being able to set up as much as it wants and then kill with like stuff like stored power.
I thought it complemented the team a lot better because like Mesprit was the psychic type before, and
Right.
I already have so many like floating or flying mons. It just
Mm-hmm.
I
That's
needed
kind
the
of
speed boost game
that's kind of how
too.
my
So
team is. My team is like half my team levitates.
yeah.
But no, the Espathra, I'm actually doing a lot of prep stuff with somebody else in this league. He has Terra Espathra, and that thing, it's been putting in some crazy work for him. Like, I think every single win he's gotten, or 2 out of the 3 wins he's gotten, is because like his Espathra was just able to put in so much work. And
That's
I see you picked up the low kicks. I really like low kicks. I think it's kind
yeah, it's not a crazy attack stat with first impression, and so like
of
it kind of
right.
forces you to bring like
And,
endure, like I never thought of, and then protect. So
and then tinted lens means it like
yeah.
basically no single type resists it. Like you need to have
Mhm.
the right dual type mons to resist it, and I did have a couple of those. But or like you said,
Yeah, the Rev Broom Ring was
sure.
big. I definitely, but honestly, with Heatran and the Heat Wave, I wasn't too worried about it.
Yeah. No, so were you thinking like Revavroom was probably one of the more obvious brings from me?
Yeah, I thought Rev Broom was definitely up there, especially since my ground type is Alolan Dugtrio.
Right. No,
um,
I thought Revavroom looked really good into your team. That was like the first thing I started building to bring this week.
yeah, absolutely. That's why like Heatran was number one. I was like, okay, so Rev Broom is gonna sweep me, and I honestly I could have seen Hisui and Electrode sweep me as well.
Yeah.
And then I just didn't want to deal with an Amorous, so I thought that moveset would be good to cover those three, and then Stealth Rocks to get the extra chip for Tornadoes to get the kill on a couple of things.
Right, yeah. And yeah, with your Heatran, like I was actually kind of thinking it wasn't gonna come, just because like it kind of Tusk 1v1s it really well, and Amorous has like Earth power, and I mean you have the
Yeah.
Sash, but an Amorous with Earth power kind of beats it if you're not sashed or if the sash is broken or something. The Greninja
Mhm.
hits it with a strong water attack. Lycanroc has good coverage options for it. So I was kind of thinking it wasn't going to come, but no, what you said makes perfect sense. Like, my Revavroom was definitely really, really a problem for your team. And
hmm
now, my Revavroom actually did have Bulldoze. So
Oh shit. Okay.
I brought the Bulldoze just in case you had Heatran. And
Yeah, for sure.
that probably O-code, I'm thinking, after like at +1. But no, I did
Yeah, I
it all for
had no
Choice
physical
Scarf
ball.
Torn.
So.
Like honestly, after I got that shift gear boost on Vroom, I thought I just swept you. I was not accounting for like choice scarf on on your Tornadus at all.
Yeah, no, I sped crept the Electrode with Torn, so that was kind of the thinking. I was like, okay, wait, if I've sped crept Electrode, there's no way a +2 Revavroom can outspeed me, right?
Right, yeah. And The one
At least that's the hope.
worried about was the Espathra. Just I was
Mm.
thinking like a Calm Mind Stored Power set that could come, and I just could not decide on what Terra type you were gonna bring. So
Yeah, I had some trouble with it too, but you've been bringing Dunsparce for the last few weeks with a lot of success. So I was like, okay, I have to go fighting to take care of this thing.
right, no, and that was a good bring. And like
Um,
I actually brought the Dunsparce this week was specifically to fight your Espathra. Like
yeah, I know.
for that. Go ahead.
I was borderline switching out on that, and then I was like, okay, but if he brings in Salamence for free and I don't, just take it out. And then I remembered it was on 6% burned
Right,
afterwards.
yeah. No, the I honestly my Salamence was actually rest talk, so I was kind of looking for an opportunity to bring it in on something slow and rest up, but that I just don't think I had any good feasible options. And I noticed the Lycanroc was crunch, and that just really I'm guessing that was for the what's it called? I can't think.
That was for Mismagius. Yeah, I
Oh, Miss
outsped
Magius.
a timid Mismagius by 1 point, and I was like,
Okay.
yeah. And then it helped with Crest as well, so I was like, yeah, if it helps with 2, then I'll definitely bring Crunch.
No, that was a good bring, and honestly, I was not thinking about that at all with Salamence. For the longest time, I was Terra Fairy on Ments, but I thought like if you bring like Terra Fighting or if you bring like fighting coverage moves, I feel like Ghost with the immunities and also like the Amoonguss with Sludge Bomb. That's what the Salamence in Mox a lot was like 1v1ing Amoonguss. That's where it found itself a lot, like switching in on spores and stuff like that. So I thought Ghost would have been a better type, also to spin block. But no, I definitely did not think about Crunch as a coverage option at all.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's got so many, Lycanroc has so many biting move coverages, like Psychic Fangs and Crunch,
Yeah,
and a couple
honestly, if it
others.
had like Strong Jaw instead of Tough Claws, it'd be just as good. Like maybe even better.
Oh god, yeah.
It's got so much biting stuff.
hmm
But yeah,
But
was there anything else on my team you were curious about? Anything like in particular you were prepping for that you can think of?
yeah, I I was surprised you didn't bring an Amorous actually.
Yeah, no,
I thought it was
Amorous. Well,
pretty
the thing with
good,
an
especially
Amorous,
with the flame. Yeah.
I was thinking that was on the first draft of my team, and I thought it looked really good because it was another 4x resist to bug attacks from low kicks.
hmm
I think it did well to be, like I said, the Heatran. Like if I bring Earth Power or something like that, let's see, it's just overall like a really good mon. Like that thing, if it's in the right situation, it's a very scary threat. And you can do like you can do
hmm
physical, you can do special. The guy I'm helping or the guy I'm doing a bunch of mocks with, I brought like a scarf set because he was going up against an Enamorous, and that just pretty much ran his fade. Like there's nothing, like pretty much no situations where like you can't find something that works with Enamorous. But I don't know.
Yeah.
I kind of thought you would expect the Enamorous, and again, like with your Heatran, you had the steel coverage, you had the like
hmm
with Accelerock potentially. So I just thought like no matter how speedy I decided to try and make Enamorous, Lycanroc would just be an easy option to take it out. Just yeah, with all the priority stuff on your team, especially the Accelerock on Lycanroc, I just thought Enamorous like it looked good, but I liked the other stuff I had better, I think.
Yeah, fair enough. And hey, it worked. So
Yeah, it did
yeah.
work. I'm actually really happy because every single week before, like it's gotten its spikes up and then it's died. like
Yeah. No, that like I did kind of check out your team builders for the last couple weeks, and I saw that you were using Grana's like so passively. I was like, okay, do I really need to worry about it?
right, yeah. I was so mad last week when it missed the gunk shot because that was exactly what I brought Focus Sash for, was like to take out booster speed Valiant, like if it came down to it. And I
Right.
did myself so well, like getting the spin off to get rid of the stealth rocks, and then I'm like, okay, Gren's gonna come in here. It's finally gonna do something. It's gonna make a pivotal move. And then it just misses its gunk shot, and Dunsparce has to come in and clean up.
Yeah, exactly.
But no, I'm really happy with the Greninja set I brought this week. And honestly, I'm happy with how I've been building sets in general. Like I feel like I personally really like to do unconventional, crazy stuff, and I
Absolutely.
draft is really the perfect medium for that. Just because you can like accurate or maybe not always accurately, but you'll at least know what your opponent can bring, and you can just come up with very specific niche options that, like in OU or just laddering somewhere in a tournament, it's probably not going to get you far. But in a format like draft, where you're specifically preparing for one team every week, you can
Hmm.
really fun stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. No, that's honestly, that's kind of why I really would like to play my game from last week, because even though I've dropped half the mons that I have to play with, I still built like a really niche team for that I think could do well against the Solandas.
Yeah, no,
But
um I'm really hoping you do get to play your game too. And I mean, like you said, yeah, you're not gonna have these mons ever again. After a bunch of them, you're probably not gonna have after you play your game. But no, just
Hmm.
getting your games in and getting the experience playing that
Yeah, exactly.
that definitely goes a long way in something like draft. And honestly, it's just really satisfying to be able to bring just a really crazy niche set and to just have it pop off. Like that's just the feeling of being able to do that is just so cool. So I really do hope you get
For sure.
your game for week 4.
Yeah, thanks.
Yep.
Um,
Um. Yeah. Was there anything else you think?
is there anything else you wanted to ask me about my sets or anything, or rings or not?
Let's see. So I noticed, like I said, the big thing for me was that choice scarf Enamorous, or not Enamorous, Tornadus. I keep forgetting Tornadus's name, but
Yeah, fair.
no, definitely, that was a good bring. Speed creeping the Electrode. The Electrode did look pretty decent into your team, and I was
Hmm.
thinking of bringing it for a while. So choice scarf, and for a situation like this where I had gotten the +2 speed boost on my rep
Yeah.
room, choice scarf would
Yeah, I wasn't even thinking of that, but yeah, it
no
can be
that
clutch.
that was a really good save for you, yeah. And the Espathra, you did bring. I noticed you brought a Lumina Crash set, and I was expecting a Calm Mind Stored Power, but I'm guessing you were kind of thinking Calm Mind Stored Power was what I would expect, so you decided to go for something different. And I guess Lumina Crash did look pretty good into my team. I guess like I have
Yeah.
I have some mons that I've been able to use like specially bulky pretty well. I
Mhm.
think I have like good counterplay options to Calm Mind, so I think Lumina
Yeah,
Crash was that was a nice bring from you. I definitely wasn't expecting it, and my prep went into being able to counter Calm Mind. So I do really like the Lumina Crash bring this week.
for sure. Yeah, I was looking at your team and I just couldn't see what I would set Calm Mind up on unless you brought Crest or something. And I was
Right?
like,
Yeah.
I don't think you're bringing Crest when I have Bramblegast and low kicks and then
Well,
all the
it's
coverage.
really funny because right before like we did our game, I wanted to, so I thought up a different set last night that I did a
Mhm.
test game against, and that didn't do too well. But I came up with a variant of it today that I kind of wanted to bring before our game. It was Cresselia with skill swap, so I wanted to bring that in on Espathra, skill swap to get speed boost to stop you from being able to set up a bunch of or get a bunch of speed boosts. And then I wanted to bring Calm Mind Stored Power. So I pretty much wanted to turn my Cresselia into a Spathra to counter you,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and then do like a counter sweep with Stored Power, Calm Mind, Speed Boost. But
Oh, that would have been so sick.
no, well, I tried it out with this Magius last night, and that didn't
Mhm.
work well at all. So I kind of just wrote off the idea. Earlier today, I was kind of like, well, what if I tried doing that with Cresselia? But I didn't really have any time to try and test that out or anything like that. So I just went back to my old reliable Dunsparce plan.
Yeah, fair enough. No,
I mean,
I was mad at myself that I didn't swap out on Dunsparce
yeah,
on the on pass there.
that was kind. What were you thinking of swapping out into?
I didn't want to get yawned again, or if I did get yawned, I didn't want it to be on anything huge. So I was gonna swap in the low kicks and then just go for a first impression and let it go to sleep.
Okay, so
Uh, but then I was like,
Yeah.
then how do I deal with this Dunsparce?
Right, yeah. Yeah, see, what I'd clicked there was the baton pass. So
Hmm.
I guess if you had gone into the low kicks, I don't know what I would have baton passed into, just because I mean maybe I could have gone into the Gren and done the same thing from there, but then the Heatran, it would have probably lived the water shuriken.
Yeah.
Even if I had like that weakness policy boost and I got the battle bond with low kicks, I don't even know if 5 hits would have killed Heatran. It's just split F on Heatran is really nice. So
Hmm.
yeah, and let's see. Yeah, pretty much everything else. The guy I've been testing with, he's done a pretty good job. I guess I've been kind of I've been kind of telling him to like what I'm expecting to come, but
Hmm.
they've done pretty well on like predicting what people are gonna bring. Like I think 5 out of the 6 mons on your team is like what we did the majority of our testing against, and
Yeah.
it's been that way like most of the games. I think my week 2 opponent, which was supposed to be your week 4 opponent, he was the only one
Right.
that like he brought something we weren't expecting. But no, definitely, I gotta give a big shout out to Prep. Prep is really cool.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's huge for sure. I'm glad you got a good guy for that.
Oh yeah, for sure. And no, like I said, yeah, really, I feel like kind of unfortunate circumstances for you coming into this, just because the whole taking a guy's place who has no wins yet and having to
Yeah.
try and like scramble together, like scrap together a team. But I
Oh yeah.
really like what you've done with it. And yeah,
Yeah, well, hopefully I'll just get more used to it and
no, for
see if
sure.
4-4 can make a playoff spot. Knock on wood.
No, definitely for a first draft game, I think that was really nice for you. You brought some pretty cool stuff. I'm hoping you get to play your week 4 game again, like get to show off some of the heat you thought up, and best of luck to you in the rest of the season. I don't, I don't think playoffs are a big possibility for you, but I mean,
No, me neither.
maybe,
Realistically, it's not gonna
maybe if
happen.
you
But
like win the rest of your games with like insane differential, there's a
exactly, that's my only shot.
but playoffs aren't.
Yeah.
It's not looking like playoffs are going to happen for you, unfortunately.
Oh god.
But no, I really good game. Thanks for the game. Thanks for doing the interview with me. I'm not going to take
Um,
up any more of your time. In case the your opponent comes back online, want to give you the time to play your game and any more prep for that you might want to do. But good game. Thanks for playing and good luck going forward with draft.
yeah, thank you. You too. Bye.
Alrighty, bye.